Vivo X200 FA is yet another compact phone, but with better imaging prowess. The compact flagship market has gotten fierce in recent months, and Vivo added itself into the ring with the Vivo X200 FA model, which is part of the popular X200 series. The new device has attributes quite similar to the recently launched OnePlus 13s, which also focuses on compactness with endurance. But Vivo decides that it wants to add more to its kitty, and that's where you have the Zeiss optics setup, adding further sheen to the compact package. Vivo X200 FA is priced at 54,999 rupees for the 12GB RAM model, and we used the device for a few weeks to see how it compares with the OnePlus 13s and where it manages to do better. Compact is in the X200 FA is quite different from the other two X200 models by Vivo. You get a compact size with dimensions suited for comfortable grip in hand and easy to use for most users. It measures at 8mm thickness and weighs 186 grams, which is similar to the figures of the OnePlus 13s. Back panel gets a matte glass finish with an aluminium frame, aiding the good grip for the device. But unlike the OnePlus, Vivo manages to give IP68 and IP69 ratings with the X200 FA, which makes it extra durable against dust and water pressure. The vertical camera layout adds a nice balance at the back with the third sensor and LED flash placed on the outside. There is simple elegance about the X200 FE, and most people would like its vibrant color options. The right display Vivo X200 sports a 6.31-inch LTPO AMOLED 1B color panel with adaptive 120Hz refresh rate. The bezels on the screen are symmetrical, and that adds to the overall viewing appeal. The panel itself throws punchy colors, and the content looks vibrant, which makes it pleasing to the eye. Having the shot sensation glass layer for protection does its job nicely, and we didn't see any major impact on the screen after accidental falls during our tests. And yes, the brightness levels of the display sound good on paper, but its outdoor visibility could have been better. Enough brute power. Vivo has gone with the MediaTek Dimensity 9300 chipset instead of the latest 9400 version. OnePlus is using the Snapdragon 8 Elite SoC, which is the best in the range. Vivo has both 12GB and 16GB RAM options, and we got to test the latter. The performance of the MD9300 is not bad by any means. In fact, the hardware is capable of handling anything you throw at it, including games. The raw benchmark scores understandably give the OnePlus 13s the edge, but the X200 FA is not that far behind. The thermal management of the MediaTek chipset also comes to light and allows you to use the device without any major heating disturbances to report. The software side of the X200 FA gets the fun TouchOS 15 version, just like the other X200 series phones and the recent Vivo models. The UI is simple but somewhat lacks the finesse of Oxygen OS or even One UI. Make no mistake, it is not sluggish or lags, but the experience can definitely use some fluidity, which Vivo is seemingly working on behind the scenes. Vivo is promising 4 OS upgrades and 5 years of security updates, which is not bad, but the OnePlus 13s gets 6 years of updates, which is slightly better. The Zeiss Duo Vivo also has a better camera setup than the 13s, with a trio of sensors offering a 50MP wide with OIS, a 50MP periscope telephoto with OIS, and an 8MP ultra-wide lens. The main sensor and the telephoto lens do really well in daylight conditions, capturing the right details, adding some vibrancy to the image, and the dynamic range is also quite dramatic. The portraits from the periscope lens come out well, focusing more on details, but the skin tones tend to be muted rather than natural. The low light imaging is also decent with the main sensor, and having OIS for both the lenses shows its results. The 8MP ultra-wide lens doesn't fare as expected and is just about there to make the numbers. The battery juggernaut, the X200 FA, packs a massive 6,500 mAh battery with support for 90W charging speed. This is much better than the 5,850 mAh unit on the OnePlus 13s that lets you charge at 80W. Speed. The X200 FA can easily last you a day and more, but we feel the unit is not making the best use of the silicon carbon tech and able to deliver longer backup. Swipe left for next video. The PC Mark score was ideally expected to be one of the highest we've ever got, but the X200 FA was beaten by 4 to 5 devices. You do get 8 hours of screen time, but we went expecting around 10 hours of standby support. Hopefully a software update can deliver better efficiency. Vivo X200 FA has the right size, the display is sharp, and the hardware is more than reliable for most users. The camera setup is better than the OnePlus 13s and is also more durable with better IP ratings on board. But the OS side of the device could use some improvements. For the price, the X200 FE delivers an all-round experience that works for